Welcome to another session. This is my admin page. This is for 060524. It's 6 p.m. Sunday this weekend, and it's terribly wet in New Zealand. Intent, show me the images of site that is tagged with 060524 front. CRVviewer.com, excuse me. Emotional state, physical states, anything that distracts you from the session, chuck it down here. Thoughts, anything. And just a little doodle to kick off your session, just to get the brain sort of in that required state. Anyway, let's get on to it. Page 1. 60524. Trace. Feel the toughness in my arm and my head. Feel like something's going down my legs. It's definitely something else. Something feels like my legs are floating, or floating above something. So definitely the third one here. Okay, so we'll go with number 1. We'll do a 2 down here. 3 on this big beak looking thing. Definitely felt something there. So up here I felt it in my head. Here I felt it in my legs. Here I felt different sensations, like I was floating. And that's probably about it. So I might do a 4th one here. So let's go with 1. Thick head sensations. 2. Let's lower body sensations. Lower body sensations. 3. Floating. Sensation. And 4. Let's find out. B. So let's go with, I'm going to go with a subject. 1, 2, another subject, if not the same subject. Number 3, object. Number 4, let's go with land. Like big stretch of land with a bit of curve off, so boom. There goes our B's. Let's go senses. 1, touch. So I feel, I think I'll draw this one. So my arms, my head, my body. If that's my body, that's my waist. So all around here, across my chest. There goes lightning. It's going to be a terrible day tomorrow. Might hear it shortly. So, with structure, maybe solid, strong, strength, structure and body. Yeah. So very interesting. Let's give it one more shot. Yep, I'm starting to think it up in my head first. Sort of sinks down into my shoulders. So it starts in the head, sinks down like this, the structure part of it. Starts heading down the body. Yeah, let's do number 2. Legs feel light. Floating like. Feels like what I mean by light or floating like. They also feel weak, like fragile. It feels like it could break easily. So sort of a fragile. 2. The surface of my body sort of goes really sort of like a weak state. Feeling weak. Over body. Like body falling sensation. Okay, number 3, touch 3. Okay, temples, tightness. Structural temples, sides of head. Now the arm, so that's my probe arm, this is my feels like this half of the arm is either cold, tingly, sensitive, half of hand. That's still number 3. Feels like waves of energy hitting hand. Feels like movement. Like just this part of the hand here, it's just like waves. Okay, 3. I get some misty feelings, misty cloud feeling. I don't know. Alright, number 4. Moustache for so it feels like here, then it comes up here. Presented, noticeable, head supported by shoulders. Excuse me. Object in front feels in front. Okay, texture. Very weird. Alright, so feels very warm, arms feel warm with a cold outside, or arms cold. Feel warm and feels warm against a cold outside. So my arms feel warm, they just feel uncannily warm. And out just beyond my skin, I can feel there's like this coldness. It's like a shield or a layer of coldness that just sits outside this warmness. I can feel it, but all this overrides it. So warm, coldness shield. Alright, let's save some paper. Texture 2. draw this out. This is my hand, so what I'm going to draw is this arm. Okay, so let me explain my third impression, texture impression. So all along here, my knuckles feel cold. They're just cold. What I can feel is a waving feeling or waving sensation or movement sensation. So if I were to sort of illustrate the waves I'm getting and they're heading in that direction, that's what I'm getting. So I'm sort of feeling something coming in here and then rolling out. So let's go in that direction, and I feel waves. There's coldness in amongst those waves, like little dots of coldness like these knuckles, but mostly it's just waves or movement. So let's go waves, movement, flows, yeah. Actually, that felt really weird. It was like, anyway, so yeah, it was just waves, waves of temperature, or flows, movements, and waves, directional. So it wasn't wishy-washy everywhere. It seemed to be part of a pattern. Let's go rhythmic. Rhythmic. So pattern. Basically patternized. Can be patterned. Let's go with texture 4. Text 4. Okay. Now it is getting a bit dark, guys, so hopefully the light will hold out and I shall turn on the lights to the room. Let me just pause the camera. Perfect fit. Alright, let's just carry on. Texture 4. This is really weird. I'm feeling a shape throughout my body. So if I do my head, some two big somethings there. If I were to do my body and then my legs, just sort of, let's graphic it out, draw it out. these two things are connected in my body. They join in my body and then they go down and then they sort of like go whoosh, spread out from my feet. It feels like an impression, like a thickness of some kind. Let me see if I can go on. But it's feels, rather than each side of my head, it feels like it encompasses my whole head. And I've got these two things from each, something that's supporting that big old central thing, and the flow comes down my body, down, 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 and then down the middle of my legs, and then just at the end it sort of goes whoosh. That kind of shape, really. So let's do with number 2. Okay. What's next? Temperatures. Alright, so page 2. Let's use our same ideogram. Oh 6, 0, 5, 2, 4. Let's do it, baby. Alright. Temp 1. Temperature of the target. Let's see if we can feel anything. My lower back's really cold. Anything else anywhere? No, just lower back cold. Upper back feels not really feeling anything. Temp and layers. So let's go. If anything, I can feel cold. Cold sensation, lower back. Something feels layer. Something feels like in a different layer. Layers or levels. But only cold sensation lower back. That's about it. What can I say about the cold? Let's try the cold. Now it feels cold. It feels actually very staticky. Static cold. Nothing's moving. It's like a deep-seated cold. It's been there for like a long time. Is that a stone cold? You wouldn't believe it. I'm not trying to make a joke. Is that like a stone cold? Let me put stone cold. That's label anyway, so it has to be an AOL. Temp 2. Let's try again. head feels pressure again from either side. Pressure. Let's take my glasses off. My glasses. Okay. Temp-wise, there's like a cold line going up the right side of my body, right side, back, right side, back, cold path on the right side. Could be path, could be a stream, just something cold or different. So with me taking my glasses off, it got rid of the temple side of things and just made it a whole head thing. So I think it's a whole head pressure. And it concentrates a lot on the brain. But anyway, let's go temp 3. Cold left arm, cold right arms, cold forearm. It's going up my back of my arm. Coldness, the stiffness. It's going up into my shoulder. Actually, my left arm's doing that too now. Experiencing sort of spasms, but tingly sensation all over my arms at the moment. So let's do this. Draw the probe arm to my head, shoulders. Let's describe how we went. So coldness went from the hands all the way. Not only the coldness, but stiffness on skin. And it travelled up the back of my arm into my shoulders. And then the left arm did exactly the same thing. So what I was left with was tingling arms. Sorry guys. It's like cold spots all over it, cold spots all over arm at first, and then it just travelled. On arms before tingly sensation took over. Let me just see if you guys can still see what I'm writing. Cool. Interesting to see what that is, but that was, yeah, it just sort of started off as cold spots, then it turned into tingling, and then it ended up as tingling with various cold spots around it as well. So interesting. temp for. So what's happening now is my arms. I feel very strong upper arms, as in like a structural support. Upper arms, both sides. Minor sensations down sides of back, AOL, trickling water. Okay, after temp we got colours. Let's do colours. Green, blue, darks, green, blue, darks, greys, greens, blues, greys, darks and brights. Colours number 2. Let's see what this brings up. Yellows, blues, yellows, blues, maybe some purples, I'm not too sure. Let's do number 3. Blues, yellows, greens, blues, yellows, greens, brilliant. Blues, yellows, greens, and a brilliance. Let's see if we can find the brilliance. Number 4. Let's see what colours we can draw. Blues, darks, greens, blues, darks, greens, brights. Let's go with smell. Smell 1. Dusty air, cool, dusty. Lots of moisture, water, sort of smells wet. A scent, flowers, smell, can't place it. It's like a fine particle, fine. These are the words that wants to come out. Particles. Flower, dusty, pollen, hay fever. Something in here. Fine. Okay. Let's do number 4. Moisture and cold, so I can feel not much. Hearing. Structure in the head. Feels like it's going down. Direction. It's on the left side of my head too. Left side head. Structures on the left side of my head as well.
Hearing 2. Okay, so let me explain this one. This feels like it's wide. I can feel structure in my head. Like I can feel it on the left side of my body, which is cool. Left side of the head and feeling structure. But I also feel it extending past my head, so out. It's like you can feel the structure out wide as well. I'm not too sure how that is, but I feel a lot of structure. I feel something expansive and wide that goes beyond my head as well. It's structural, probably tall. It's like a little circle in the middle. Two. Let's get rid of that page. Let's get another page in. Bum, bum, bum. Let's continue. Hearing 3. So we got 060524. Boom. Session. Page 3. Hearing 3. Now the structure's throughout my whole head, it's not just through half. My body. There's some elaborate work and a lot of cold. Elaborate structure. Cold. Structure, whole head, not just half. I can feel the stress, the pressure. It can be AOL helmet. Could be on the moon. So yeah, that just feels really cold. Streaks of really cold. Streaks. So there's cold and there's streaks of really cold. So let's go hearing 4. feel the temperatures come out on my arms. Hearing 4. So I think I've got an attention sort of pressure. Tension's coming from the target's left. Target's left. Either a camera or picture shot. What is going to feel hearing 4? Structural, feels like something's coming out of my ear. Really big things felt on the side of my face. Big size, so maybe just a dimension or something. Hearing, snapshots. One to many. Okay, that direction, like tree roots. It almost looked like a town, like, I don't know, I could feel it changing. Shapes. Let's see what shapes we can get. Alright, number 2. It's like a couple of really tall, sort of like, what it reminded me was Middle East, and like you just got all these buildings, then you got those spires that come out. it's more of recollection. Spires, city, landscape. Maybe, I don't know. Let's see what else we can bring up. Number 3. Let's do it. On the side here, it had some structural elements to it. Now I don't know what this is. It could be a building or whatever, but this was blinding light. It was just so bright. And then all I could see was this stuff on the side and this perspective, so just that. Let's do snapshot number 4. 0605 24. Okay, so what I saw here was some sort of dome or some curve, and I saw like little circles up the front. Then I saw the circles getting bigger towards the back, so you know, AOLs, concert, sunset, beach, blah, you know, it doesn't matter. So it's best not even to try it. Just let your thought be with that impression, but not the conscious conclusion. Anyway, let's have a break. Come back in a sec. Alright, let's get on to the matrix. Alright, let's do this. 06, 05, 24. We're in the home stretch. First of all, sensorals. Support, structure, strong, weight. Feels like a metal and wood. Right across my back, to each side of my shoulders. Reaches shoulders. Structure. A cold draft feeling. Sensorals, magnitude. I feel contained, so it's like as soon as it hits a point around me, boom, it goes up. But it only seems to around behind me for some reason. Strongest feeling behind me. These do feel sort of, but not as intense as the back. These guys feel really sort of strong in the back, shall we say, strong in the back. That's what it means. It's there, but it's more strong in the back. So let's go to topological. That's the shapes. So I got some of those. Got some shapes. Blocks.
energetics. So let's see if we can feel some energy. So that's movement, heat, tightness, anything. Arms feel weightless, tingly, missing. Is that the feeling? I don't think so. Change X to Y. Tingly. Now the reason I draw this, for some reason, I just felt like cheering. Cheering, energy behind me. Represent is it competition, drive. Do I feel drive? Do I want to drive? Do I want to motivate? Anyway, we'll worry about that one later. Be very interesting. So subjectives. Let's do emotions at the site. What can we feel? I don't know if I really felt anything. It felt really intense. In trying to sense the emotion of the site. All I got was a lot of intenseness. Not really a lot of emotion. It's just like a lot of anxiety and a lot of pressure with that anxiety around my head. Intenseness around head, high intensity. That's all I can do around head. It's like when you concentrate really hard, focus.
Focus comes close, but it's more of a concentration. A state of concentration. State of. There we go. Subjectives. Physicals. So let's go with physical. So let's do what we did in the past few weeks, which was do different levels of detection. So we got a lower level that we can try and draw. Then we might do the middle, then the high, then all three together. So this is just to get the practice going. So the lower levels, there's a lot of bitsy stuff around here, but over here there seems to be a big sort of area of nothingness, so I'm just going to mark that out. Hand passes through there, so let's go, that'll be lower. Let's do middle. Okay, so there seems to be a big area here, but in the middle level there's even bigger area around here which can be felt. So the main trunk I think is still there, but there's a lot of other stuff around it. I don't feel too much of the, let's call it the groundwork. Let's do a high one. Even if this really just describes an aspect of the picture rather than the site, I'll be pretty happy because it means the technique works, or is working, and yay, you find something you can rely on somewhat. So that's medium, middle level, mid, high. Then we'll do the combined one. So this sort of still there. Some wishy-washy stuff there, but there's some stuff coming from the top. So let's do the 3D version of this, whatever it is. do this. Alright, so in these other ones I do I sweep my hand, so if that's my hand, that's my arm, I sweep it from left to right, and I feel these sort of impressions in my arm as I go from left to right, right to left. Middle level, I drop it up from here, low to medium, do the sweep, high, do a high, and then do the sweep. For the 3D one, I do up and down to try and detect any sort of, up downy stuff. So let's do it. Like I can feel certain levels where something's changed, and as your hand goes past it, you can feel it sort of leaving an impression in your hand. So bottom, lift my hand up. Here, I hit something here in the middle of my hand. So if it's in the middle, so let's call it here. Here, drop it down, come across, up. I can feel that level again, so when I pass through this level, I can feel an impression. Here. Something's here, and it feels like a curve, like it's a tube. When my hand's here, I can feel a curve across my finger in this space here. So something hit up here. Another level up here. Okay. Just going to go across to the far side on the other side of this object. I can feel something here. It's knocking in my hand. Still on my hand, so it's something that comes up here maybe. So it's just a buzz, but this is the main guy. He is solid, always a space in that space. There's other little areas of interest as I go up the scene. I can hit areas of difference. So when I talk about levels, my hand's just sort of going from up and down. When it passes a certain height, I can feel something moving in my hand, so that's me hitting something physical in that space. And up here as well, so there's some stuff there. I know there's a lot of, it feels like grass or something small, level there, some sort of level. I don't know what kind of level that would be. So big bits. That's physical. Alright, let me see if you guys can still see the picture. I'll line it up. Alright, and non-physical. So non-physical. So what does non-physical mean? It's just mean non-physical, paraphysical, which means non-physical, not solid. So let's try and sense some non-solid stuff. Wow, that was really weird. If I'm sitting like this on the table, got my chest, got my other arm there, got my probe hand, my pen, got my ass sitting on a chair, got my shoe going forward. Now when I did that paraphysical, everything that was underneath, like underneath my body, like under my arm, under my leg, under my feet, and under both my legs, Alright guys, glad you could come back. We just had a bit of a state of emergency alarm happen on our phones which stopped my recording, so I've just started it back up. We've got some floods here in Auckland, New Zealand, so hence why the alarms go off and interrupt the video, but yeah, it's been a very wet few days. But anyway, let's carry on with the session. So symbolics ended up being some big giant bloody ropes, lines, ladders, sails, blah 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 blah. So let me just make sure that everything's lined up so we can continue with the session. Let's get on with it. Personal responses. So personal responses. I didn't get goosebumps. That's probably about it. Visuals, let's do it. So let's get our little shapey shapes. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Number 4. Alright, let's do this. So let's go with number 4. Looks like a hill. Okay. Let's do 2. So what I'm feeling is it just feels wrong. Like no matter where I put it around this, it just doesn't feel right. Still feels wrong. But over here, that's it. It actually feels good just being there. Done. Okay. Let's do no 1, It's a weird one. Okay, so let's do last final snapshots. Can't wait to see. Blah, 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 blah. Snapshots. Let me see something from the site 060524 from crvviewer.com. That was weird as shit. Okay, so I think it's one of those, but the weird thing was it was docked or wharf maybe. AOL ship. Oh man, that's a weird one. Okay, I'm excited. Let's do it. Thank you very much, guys, for coming and joining me, and keep practicing, and I'll see you at the next session. Session end.